I'm really excited to be here in front of you. I want to tell you a little bit about Teton Ridge. Teton Ridge is made up of an incredible team of people that are so passionate about the Western sports world, the lifestyle, everything to do with the cowboy. And with Teton Ridge, we truly want to be a portal to the West. If you have an interest in the Western way of life, if you have an affinity for the cowboy, Teton Ridge is your place. We really aspire to be a bridge to the Western world for people all over the world. And if you're already a fan, the thing that I love most about Teton Ridge is we're going to take you to places that you'd never expected to be and in venues that you never expected to see Western sports and rodeo. And obviously that's why we're here today. This coming year, in March of 2023, will be the 10th edition of the American Rodeo. Last year, number 9, was Teton Ridge's first effort. And I'm really proud of what we pulled off in a very short period of time. Again, it's a remarkable team that's been gathered to help us accomplish what we aim to accomplish each time. But what we like to say is, you ain't seen nothing yet. The 10th edition will be a series of firsts. And the first is obviously the venue. Globe Life Field will now be the home of the American Rodeo. And I get chills saying that. It's been a process to get to this day, to get to this moment, to make this announcement, but I'll say it again. Globe Life Field is now the home of the American Rodeo. And the opportunity for us to bring our fans and our athletes to a venue like this is beyond exciting for Teton Ridge. To provide this sort of venue for our athletes and our fans is going to provide a whole new experience for both. One of the things that, with this new chance to kind of reset, again, this is the second year for Teton Ridge, we wanted to take a moment to reset because we inherited the American as it was. And the American, listen, I've been part of 8 of the 9 prior Americans, and I'm super proud of the part that I played. But the opportunity to stop, to take a look at what's good, what could be better, what can be, next level, was an opportunity that we couldn't pass on. And so one of the things that we wanted to do was not make the American any longer a one-day rodeo in Arlington. And so the other first is the announcement of the 4-day Western Festival that is the American now, starting on Wednesday, March 8th through Saturday, March 11th, and starting with the wild card round of the American Contender Tournament through the Contender Tournament Finals to a brand new, first of its kind, the American Performance Horseman that'll celebrate the very best of the Western Performance Horse, all 3 disciplines of cutting, reining, and rein cow horse will be competing here at Globe Life Field on Friday, March 10th. Again, a first of its kind, and it's $1 million event, which again is intended to elevate Western Performance Horse and Western sports overall. And then, of course, culminating on Saturday, March 11th, the 10th edition of the American Rodeo. The other thing that we looked to do was to create new paths and new opportunities for athletes all over the country to make their way here to Arlington. And so, together with Tommy Joe Lucia, Ellen Newberg, Casey Lane, our team at Teton Ridge, we designed a tournament that creates brand new paths, and there's 3 regions in this tournament. It's East, Central, and West. And the big idea here is to engage athletes from all parts of the country that have felt like the American is a Texas rodeo and they can't get here. The idea of the American is exactly that it be an American rodeo and that it be available to athletes all over this country. And so with the tournament format, we feel that we've created that opportunity for athletes east of the Mississippi and west of the Rockies to enter our contender events, make their way to the regional semifinals, to the regional finals, to the contender finals, onto the American. The path is clearer than it's ever been. It's going to be easier for both fans and athletes to follow. And that's exciting for us. That's exactly what we want to do, is make this bigger, better, more payout, and more opportunity for rodeo athletes than they've ever had before. The other thing that I want to point out about this is a baseball field provides a lot of acreage. And we talk about fan experience. If you take a look around, we're going to have one arena that starts in center field and comes towards home plate for all the fans here to see. But the thing that we're adding this year for the first time ever is field access. Our fans will have the opportunity to come onto the field. If they purchase a field pass, they'll have the opportunity to flank either side of the arena and to be closer to the action than they've ever been before. That's not possible in most venues, but here we saw that opportunity and we grabbed it because we want to bring our fans closer to the action than they've ever been before. So once again, I'm really proud to announce that Globe Life Field is the new home of the American Rodeo.
The richest day in rodeo has a brand new home. Next spring, Globe Life Field will host the American Western Celebration. 4 action-packed days where today's champions clash with the stars of tomorrow.
Holy smokes. Hey, you can't go at it any harder than that guy right there just did.
On March 8th through 11th in Arlington, Texas, the world of Western sports rides Main Street, and you can get closer to the action than ever before. The American, it's a whole new ballgame.
I want to thank Kate Harrison for lending her voice to that. Kate was the voice and truly the leader of our broadcast last year for the American, and she will be again in 2023. So again, I want to thank Kate for lending her voice and talent to that. And I'm thrilled now to be joined by 2 of our superstar athletes throughout Western sports. Kaiki Pacheco, this past year was the winner of the contender bonus, which because in 2021, no one had claimed the bonus, this past year it was worth $2 million. So Kaiki in one day walked away with $2.1 million, which in the wide world of sports is big bucks, you know. And this dude earns it every time he gets on the back of a bull, but I'm sure that day was a little sweeter walking away with $2.1 million. Kaiki, talk about the opportunity to compete on a stage like this for that kind of money and how that can change your life.
That changed my life forever. That's unbelievable that you can win that kind of money at one day event. That's history. That never happened before, and I'm so glad to make that happen.
So everybody wants to know what'd you do with the money?
I buy one ranch right here and another farm in Brazil.
Yeah, I think 2.1 that's about like 10 million real, right?
Yep.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad. So that goes a long way back home. Kaiki, what do you think about the opportunity to come here to Globe Life Field and compete on this type of playing ground?
That's going to be really important for me to compete again on that event. That's make me really happy, and on that incredible arena. That's going to be awesome.
Kaiki represents the dream of the American. For one athlete to walk out of our rodeo with that kind of money is the ideal. Standing next to him is a 20-time world champion, an absolute legend, and a woman that no matter how big the stage, the spotlight, those hands don't get sweaty, folks. I don't know how, but they don't. Like she just, yeah. Oh, except for right now, maybe. Yeah, right now. So, Jackie, talk about the American and how it's been a game changer. 2019, and for those of you that don't know, Jackie's 20-time world champion in breakaway roping. 2019 was the first time that we added breakaway, and we had a young lady named Madison Uthier win the American and walk away with $100,000. It was a game changer for the sport of breakaway, and breakaway continues to be a breakout sport. Women in rodeo is truly the next frontier for Western sports, and Jackie has led that way. She's been a trailblazer for years. But Jackie, what has it meant to you to see breakaway roping come to venues like this to compete for this kind of money?
Well, I mean, it's obviously a huge thing for breakaway to be here on this stage, but I think just the rodeo in itself, I think that every true rodeo athlete, competitor, fan, everyone puts the American on the top of their list of prestigious titles. And, you know, and I think that's because the American represents and it embodies every rodeo athlete, not just the people that are beating the road up day in, day out, competing at a professional level, but it gives every person in this industry the opportunity to showcase their talents. And so I think that at the end of the American, when you get that title, no matter what event it's in, that's a huge milestone for somebody, because that's definitely one of the most prestigious things you can do.
Yeah. You know, in 2020, when a lot of sports got shut down across the country, the state of Texas said, hey, we're open for play. Globe Life Field was a brand spanking new venue. And the ownership, Ray Davis, Neil Liebman, their team, they said, hey, we're open for play. And when Las Vegas wasn't able to pull together the NFR in 2020, Ray, Neil, Sean Decker, their team said, come here. We can make sure the NFR happens. Jackie, you got to compete on that stage. Tell me what it was like to walk into this building and what the experience was for both the fans and the athletes in a time when they thought the NFR wasn't going to happen.
Well, yeah, it was definitely a hard time to even work with the structure of how to bring people into a building, you know. And so to come in here and have, you know, already been blessed to be able to compete at this arena, which was amazing to begin with. I think that this arena is going to completely blow up during the American Rodeo. I know that rodeo has thrived on venues to where, you know, you're close enough to the action, the dirt can hit you. You know, you can feel the electricity from the competitors and the animals, and you can, you know, you can feel the chutes rattle when a horse is in there fighting the chute. You can feel the panels move when a roping horse leaves the back of the box. I mean, that all adds to the experience of rodeo, and I think that Globe Life's going to deliver that in such a huge way.
Yeah, I mean, I know you want to be inside the arena, but what's that going to be like? I mean, for our fans to be that close, how cool is that?
Oh, it's going to be great. You know, it just brings you that much closer to the action, and like I said, it's just going to enhance the experience of the American Rodeo, which is, in my opinion, the greatest one-day rodeo there is. Well, now it's a 3-day rodeo here. Just going to be great.
Four-day Western Festival.
Yes.
Well, Jackie and Kaiki, I can't thank you both enough. Jackie was out west competing. She's climbing the ranks and this year, and she's given it every effort out there, but she made the effort to be here with us today. I can't thank you enough for that. And Kaiki, let's see what you can pull off this year. Maybe you can add some Rael to that bank account. Yeah, buddy. All right, thank you both very much. Well, I mentioned the Rangers ownership, and I want to give a shout out to the city of Arlington. What they're building here, this entertainment center, sports and entertainment district, is really second to none throughout the city. And that was part of the opportunity that we saw with Texas Live just outside, the idea of being able to build a true festival. I'm going to try and spit out this word, festivalization. Oh, I did it. Festivalization of the American Rodeo is important to us because we want it to be an experience above and beyond coming to the rodeo. I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, folks are buying a ticket to the rodeo, and that will always be the core of what we are and what we do. But we want our fans to come from all parts of the country to experience Arlington, Texas, and all that you guys have developed here. He couldn't be here today, but Mayor Jim Ross has given us a video message. And I got to meet the mayor a few weeks ago, Mayor Jim, as you guys all call him. And what a great guy, what a personality, and what a passion he has for this city and for what you all are building here. And so, again, unfortunately, Mayor Jim couldn't be with us, but here's a video message from the mayor of Arlington.
Hello, folks. I'm Arlington Mayor Jim Ross, and we are thrilled to welcome the American Rodeo to Globe Life Field next spring. The Teton Ridge team is elevating the iconic American Western way of life and Western sports. They are making their mark here in Arlington. In addition to the rodeo, the concert element will bring another level of entertainment to the city. As Teton Ridge celebrates the 10th year of the crown jewel of rodeo, we are thrilled to continue to host in Arlington. On behalf of the city of Arlington, my friends at Rev Entertainment and Globe Life Field, welcome to the home of the Texas Rangers.
Thank you, Mayor Jim. We're thrilled to call it our home. Again, the American Rodeo Western Festival will be Wednesday, March 8th through March 11th. One of the things about coming to a new building is meeting new people and meeting a new team. And when the first time I set foot in this building, I was in awe. And it was just a couple months ago now. Completely in awe of the building, the access. I mean, from every part of this building, you have an incredible vantage point. My favorite spot is up there at the Carbach, and I don't know if you've seen the rocking chairs that they have up there, but that's my favorite seat. I mean, everything was thought of, and you can tell that the design, the passion that was poured into this is obvious when you come to this ballpark. When you experience any event, you can see what's been the passion that's been poured into it. So that same night that I was here for a game, I had the opportunity for the first time to meet Sean Decker, who's the president of Rev Entertainment. And right away, it was like I met a brother from another mother. I knew that this was my guy. But Sean likes to think, and I'm sure he does, that he's the guy to talk me into Globe Life Field. But it's actually Rhett and Reed Decker that convinced me that this is where we need to be. I have never been given a tour of a venue by a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, but on that night I got a tour of this entire place by Rhett and Reed Decker, and I walked out of here saying, these are my guys, and this is our building. And their guy, their dad, Sean, is a really special guy. Again, what's obvious, and I know I've used the word a dozen times plus, passion. It's obvious to me how passionate Sean is about this venue, about this team, the Rangers, about the other events that he and his team can bring to this world-class venue. And so I'm thrilled that he's convinced us, he and Rhett and Reed have convinced us that Globe Life Field is the right home for us. So Sean Decker, if you come up and join me. And yeah, please, give it up for him. Thank you, man. Of course, buddy, of course. Sean, I know I won't forget that night, and it was clear to me that what you guys have designed gives our fans the opportunity to experience rodeo like they never have before. Talk about your excitement. I mean, again, I mentioned that you guys brought the NFR in a time where everybody thought the NFR wouldn't happen. Tell us about that experience and how now, with the benefit of that, how we can take the American to a whole nother level.
Yeah, no question. Thanks a lot. By the way, I've never got to talk about my kids on this front, so that's a lot, but thanks. I'm going to have Joe travel around with us. A lot goes into this, and I want to thank Teton, and I want to thank the American Rodeo for doing this. First and foremost, I really want to thank our ownership group, our Ranger staff, Globe Life Field, our Rev staff, going all the way back to the design of this building to be able to host things like rodeo. It was something talked about. We didn't think we were going to get a chance to try it out right away in 2020, but we were proud to do it. So a huge thanks to those guys and for what they've done from an organization standpoint to make this a reality. In 2020, getting to host a rodeo, our organization fell in love with the Western lifestyle. There's no two ways about it. And yeah, we really like the hats and the boots, and that's a lot of fun. But we really fell in love with the traditions, the culture, the code, and really, especially the people. And the work and the partnership with Teton really is at the top of the list for us. We've fallen in love. Joe and I have been broing out now for a couple months and having a lot of fun with that. But there was never like negotiations about this. It was always conversations. And to get to play a small part in collaborating on one of the greatest events in the world, never mind the Western lifestyle, is a huge opportunity that we're really excited about.
Yeah, we couldn't be happier. And again, you know, I think that the other key word beyond passion is partnership. I really feel like Sean is my partner, our partner in helping us to take this to the next level. And what we want in everything we design is to make it bigger, better, more accessible for our fans, easier for our athletes to enter, to make their path to the American here to Arlington. And so I'm really excited. For all the information that you need about this, please go to AmericanRodeo.com. AmericanRodeo.com is your source for everything that we're designing and these announcements. But also, if you're a rodeo athlete in all parts of the country, go to AmericanRodeo.com to see where you can enter the contender tournament and get your chance to make your way here to Arlington to be with us in March 2023. Again, March 8th through the 11th. Sean, I think that you talked about the design of this building. Tommy Joe Lucia loves this building because, the ability to bring the trucks. What is it that you can have like side-by-side 18-wheelers through here? And I mean, it's set up for rodeo. And, talk about how you guys sort of design this for every event.
Yeah, no question. The goal was, I'd love to say that we spent a lot of time like sitting around talking rodeo back in 2017. The truth is that wasn't, but what the conversation was that was led by a lot of people a lot smarter than me that are here today, was that this building had to be able to do, it had to be world-class facility for baseball first and foremost, but after that it had to have the ability to do so much more than that. And so realistically, the being able to drive the synthetic grass gives us a huge advantage to be able to do more and recover faster for baseball. We have a flooring system that comes out, and we're able to put 18-wheelers, as many as 10 or 12 of them at a time on the field. So for concerts, you can be doing stage sound and lights at all the same time. For rodeo, we can be setting dirt while we're creating pins and all of those things around it. It really gives ultimate flexibility and brings people to the Arlington Entertainment District that otherwise wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, and entertainment is key, and thank you for talking about concerts. In the coming weeks, we'll be talking about each night of the festival, we will have a concert, and we will make that announcement soon. We're working on some amazing acts for the American Festival Week, and can't wait to make that announcement next. But keep an eye out for that. And again, everything on AmericanRodeo.com. Sean, thank you again, man, for everything you're doing to help us and help the Western sports industry. And great thanks again to Ray Davis and Neil Liebman, your entire team, for what you guys have built here and what you're building in the city of Arlington. We're thrilled to continue to call Arlington home, and hopefully it's for years to come.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Well, I want to close it out there. I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge some people that again, like Jackie and Kaiki, have made the trip here to be with us today. And a lot of them are part of our team, Teton Ridge. I want to point out Corey Cushing, 3-time world's greatest horseman, and truly one of the greatest horsemen in the entire world. But even better, just one of the best guys I know. Corey is he is the ultimate in cowboy. He represents and he wears that hat, right? And he is the ultimate in cowboy. So Corey, thanks for being here today, because I know you're typically riding like 60 horses a day, and so we got you a morning off. Appreciate you. Luke Branquino, where is he? 5-time world champion. We like to call him the LeBron James of steer wrestling. He's Bron over there. Luke is another guy that's become a brother from another mother. And Luke, it was part of our broadcast last year. We've talked Luke out of the arena finally and into the broadcast booth, and he couldn't be a better fit. Luke will be with Kate Harrison again this year on the broadcast, and I'm so excited about that. I thought that they were an incredible team last year, and they will continue to be this year. I want to point out some of the associations. I mentioned the American Performance Horsemen. Again, Friday, March 10th, It truly is a first of its kind. And for the performance horse world to come to a venue like this and to compete for $1 million, and it's going to be, we'll at a later date go more into the details of the competition format. But just know that this is a game changer for Western sports. This is a game changer for performance horse. And I'm so proud of our team led by John Sanislow and Katie Harvey, who told us, we got to do this. John said, Bud, I love you. You got to make this happen. You got to make this happen. And we've made it happen. But John, you and Katie made this happen. I want everybody to know that. I want to acknowledge some of the folks from the performance horse world, the association directors from the NRCHA, Anna Morrison, who also has become a fast friend. Real quick, I want to tell you that my introduction to performance horse was John and Katie. We had a meeting at our ranch TR9 in Weatherford. And John and Katie said, now listen, Bud, it's going to be tough to pull all these associations to one table and get everybody to play along. And I was like, whoa, it's like a meeting of the four families. Like, what's going to happen here? Well, it couldn't. First of all, Anna walked in and I was like, what's so scary about Anna? Look at that smile. She's great. And, Anna was there. Gary Carpenter from the NRHA, Jay Winborn, who I think is here. I don't see Jay, but I think Jay was with the NCHA. Patty Tyberg from the AQHA, and Billy Smith, who I know is here from the APHA. And hey, Billy. I'm thrilled to call them our partners for Teton Ridge. The associations have truly pulled together to create a one-of-a-kind, first-of-its-kind event that I think is going to be an absolute game changer. And I can't wait to bring the performance horse world to this venue. So, with that said, we're gonna close it here. I'll remind everybody that the American Rodeo and Western Festival will again be here, Globe Life Field, Arlington, Texas, Wednesday, March 8th through Saturday, March 11th of 2023, and we cannot wait. I want to bring Sean back up real quick. I don't know if I was supposed to do this earlier, but we have gifts for both sides. For the Rangers and Rev Entertainment and from Teton Ridge. So Sean, come on up. Kaiki and Jackie, will you come up with us too? Oh, I didn't even see this yet. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Hudson's going to love that. Appreciate it, guys. We have a custom bat with the American Rodeo with the dates on that. In case you didn't hear me before, and it's good, I have this cue. March 8th through 11th, I got it right, Ellen. March 8th through 11th, 2023, right here at Globe Life Field. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jackie, thank you, guys. And thank you all. And I think that we're going to do, we're going to wait for, okay, I'll wait for Maddie.
We're going to do a quick photo op in front of the stage, and then we're going to move over and go.
Perfect. Do you want us to come down front?
Oh, that is awesome.